you tired of looking like a duck with that butt? Well, if you are, stay tuned for this routine. Before we get started with any exercises and stretches, it's important that we understand where this pelvic tilt comes from and the issue comes from. More than likely is from sitting in an L position, which when seated, not only are your hip flexors in the front shortened, therefore being tightened, but you're relaxing your gluteus medius and maximus and your core at the same time. So a weak core, weak butt muscles, glutes, tight hip flexors, those are the three causes of that anterior pelvic tilt. When executing hip raises, you're going to press through your heels. You want your knees to be spread and your feet to be spread about shoulder width apart. Pressing through your heels, you're raising your hips as high as you can. You want to form a straight line from your knee down to your hip, down to your shoulder at the top. You're flexing your gluteus maximus muscles throughout, tapping the ground and returning to the top, never releasing that flex. Flat bench hip raises with a kettlebell. You're gonna rest the kettlebell on your lower abdomen. Your feet are about shoulder width apart with your hips up so it's a straight line from your knee all the way to your shoulders. You're gonna lower your butt until it taps the ground or as close to the ground as you can go and return to the top, pushing through your heels each time, pausing at the top, making sure you're flexing your gluteus maximus throughout. Okay, your low plank, you got your feet together, your body's in a perfect straight line, head up, you have your abdomen drawn in like you're flexing your belly button, your shoulders are over your elbows, and you're taking big inhales in the nose and out the mouth. A low plank with the stability ball, you're adding a little bit of instability and a better angle so your body's in a perfect straight line at the top. You're laying your feet on top of the ball, straight line over to your shoulders that are directly over your elbows. Your head is up, you're taking big inhales in and exhaling like you're blowing out a birthday cake. Hip flexor stretch. So you have your foot up on the bench, you're pressing your hips forward like you're pointing your belt buckle straight ahead, making sure that your hips stay square. They're going to naturally want to open up to the side. You have a straight back leg, no bend at the knee, and you're leaning forward at the front knee and back at the waist at the same time to open up that psoas muscle on the hip flexor. So your straddle stretch is great for your hamstrings and hip flexors. You want to be upright from your waist up with a straight front leg and straight as possible back leg. You're going to be stretching the back leg on your quadricep into your hip flexor and the front leg from your hamstring up into your gluteus maximus. Okay, with this one, you can have your front leg forward, you have your hips square, you're pulling your back leg up, bisecting your outside buttock with your heel. You want to be straight up from your waist up through your shoulders, head up, pressing everything forward. All right, now that we fixed that pelvic tilt, take a look at our free posture guide and subscribe.